What's going on, cruise fanatics? It is I, Ruben the Cruise Nerd, here to wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day, and in honor of St. Patty's Day, I can't think of a better topic for today's video than bars. Yeah, so if you're anything like me, then you like getting delicious cocktails while on vacation in a bar that's either cozy or just really impressive with its theming. So, as someone that has been to a lot of different bars on a lot of different cruises, I want to tell you guys about the 10 most insane bars aboard cruises. From having signature cocktails that'll just blow your mind to incredible and iconic theming that'll just leave you breathless, these are the 10 bars at sea that left the biggest impression on me. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe for more cruising goodness, as well as considering using the Cruise Nerd to book your next cruise vacation today. Guess what? It doesn't cost you anything extra, and I'll be there to make sure you get the absolute best deal possible, including setting you up with some onboard credit on select cruises. If you're interested, just email me at Ruben.Colon at enchantedway.com to get your free quote today. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10, Alchemy Bar, Carnival, multiple ships. It doesn't feel right to talk about the best bars at sea without mentioning one of the most popular bars on a cruise, the Alchemy Bar on multiple Carnival ships. Now, while the theming is pretty simplistic in comparison to other bars on today's list, the Alchemy Bar really stands out thanks to its extremely creative and innovative menu. Themed as a pharmacy in which most of the bartenders wear lab coats who are there to prescribe drinks for you, the Alchemy Bar has plenty of elixirs and potions that'll cure anything and everything. Okay, theming aside, some of my favorite cocktails at sea come from this menu, such as the Cucumber Sunrise and the Purple Sunset. It may not be one of the best Carnival bars when it comes to theming, but it is one of my favorites from Carnival, only behind one other bar on today's list, which ironically is next up on the list. Number 9, Fortune Teller, Carnival Mardi Gras. As you would expect aboard a ship called the Mardi Gras, the Fortune Teller Bar is themed completely around New Orleans and voodoo magic. In fact, I really feel like the French Quarter section of the Carnival Mardi Gras as a whole is just really well thought out. It's probably my favorite section of the ship, and it's where I spend most of my time at. But while the bar itself is pretty cool looking, I think the coolest part about the Fortune Teller is actually the drinks. There's so many unique looking cocktails that I actually had to try most of them at least once, which was pretty easy to do considering that I had the drinking package. The two that I personally found the coolest of the bunch were the Crystal Ball and the Bayou Smoke, which you have to watch them make these drinks because it's like the coolest thing ever. This ship is without a doubt my favorite Carnival ship, and this bar is my favorite bar on a Carnival ship. Number 8, Magic Carpet, Celebrity Edge Class Ships. As someone that's normally afraid of heights, the Magic Carpet aboard the Celebrity Edge Class ships was a bar that I definitely was not looking forward to. Thankfully, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Anyway, the Magic Carpet is a bar that basically hangs off of the side of the Edge Class Celebrity cruises. And in fact, from the outside looking in, it's kind of an eyesore with how much it sticks out of the ship. As the name suggests, the Magic Carpet is supposed to make you feel as though you're hovering above the ocean when you're in this bar. And one cool feature about this bar is that I can actually move to different decks on the ship. Sadly, it's not like the Rising Tide bar on Royal Caribbean, in which you can drink at this bar while it's moving, but still a pretty cool feature nonetheless. Probably my favorite thing about this bar is how it feels being so close to the ocean and ocean breeze while enjoying a delicious cocktail. Number 7, Cadillac Lounge, Disney Wonder. Don't let the Disney name fool you. This family-friendly company knows how to make a really good bar, especially when it comes to theming, and we'll be revisiting them a few times on today's list. For now, I want to turn your attention towards the Disney Wonder. During my Alaska cruise aboard the Disney Wonder, there were two bars I spent most of my time at getting drinks, one of which was this iconic 50s motor vehicle bar themed around the Cadillac. Whether it's the Cadillac leather interior themed seats, the gas pump just outside of the bar, the wall behind the bar being the hood of a Cadillac, or the neon strip lights on the ceiling, this lounge felt like one of the most unique retro bars I've ever been to. As for the menu, I couldn't stop ordering the pink Cadillac, which was like a watermelon champagne cocktail kind of. Also, shout out to the other bar that I spent a lot of my time at aboard the Disney Wonder, Pink Wine and Champagne Bar. I'm sure my wife will probably yell at me later for not including this one on today's list, but hey, it's my list. Number 6, Pesky Parrot, Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. The most recent cruise I've been on was the Utopia of the Seas by Royal Caribbean, and my favorite bar aboard that ship was without a doubt the Pesky Parrot. This bar kind of gave me Fat Tuesdays vibe, but with its own tropical tiki bar personality to it. Not only was this bar the ideal place to make use of that drinking package, but it was also a really cool place to just sit back and relax at one of the tables, or even a sectional, or whatever that thing's called. You have the very talkative animatronic parrot, a beach-themed simulation outside of the windows, and frozen fruity drinks with your choice of rum or tequila. Yeah, this place was pretty awesome, and if it wasn't for the venue being kind of small and how crowded it was almost every single day of the cruise, then I probably would have found myself here a lot more during my personal cruise. Number 5, Hyperspace Lounge, the Disney Wish. Despite making my list for the top 5 bars at sea on a cruise ship, believe it or not, I was still somewhat disappointed with the Hyperspace Lounge. Don't get me wrong, as always with Disney, the theming was pretty impressive, but when comparing it to another bar that we'll talk about later on, it's actually pretty tame in terms of the Easter eggs and design choices throughout the lounge. Still, as a Star Wars fan, it's hard to remain pretty unbiased about this. For one, the room would enter hyperspace about every 10 minutes or so, and then you would appear in a different Star Wars location when we left hyperspace. That was actually pretty cool as a fan of the franchise. Also, the menu themed items complete with the fog bubble thing that they put on top of almost every single drink was a really cool and neat feature. The bar did offer non-alcoholic drinks as well, one of which I actually did order mainly because I saw some kid drinking it nearby and I was like, yeah, that looks delicious. Still, in comparison to the other Disney bar that we'll get to later on, the Hyperspace Lounge definitely didn't match that one in terms of theming. And like the other bar, the drinks were not the most delicious either, except for the non-alcoholic drink, Cloud City. All in all, I think this is an experience built completely for Star Wars fans, and unless you're a fan of Star Wars, there's a chance that you'll be disappointed by this bar. However, if you're a fan of Star Wars like me, then you'll at least appreciate it for what it was, and probably rank in the top 10 bars at sea like I did. Number 4, Wonderland Bar, Royal Caribbean, multiple ships. If you plan on hopping aboard on either the Oasis or Quantum class ships with Royal Caribbean, then you have to check out Wonderland. Now, technically speaking, Wonderland is actually a paid dining experience, and it's one that I actually think is worth the money, mainly due to all of the creativity involved with this restaurant, but I won't really dive down into that for today's video. However, Wonderland does have a bar, and guess what? You don't have to dine in to check this bar out, take in the beautiful sights within the Wonderland restaurant, and order some of the most delicious cocktails at sea. And it's included with your drinking package if you get one, so there's really no reason to not check this bar out. Anyway, as I'm sure you've guessed, Wonderland is themed after Alice in Wonderland, and you'll immediately see the inspiration from the moment you enter the restaurant courtesy of the rabbit hole entryway. From the carpet to the silverware and even the furniture and menu, every little thing in this restaurant was perfectly designed to meet the Wonderland theme. As for the cocktails, while there are a few that you definitely should check out, me having a sweet tooth like I do, obviously I gotta go with the Cheshire Cat Cosmos. Served with cotton candy that dissolves as the Cosmos is poured into the glass, this drink was both visually exciting to watch get made and delicious if you're really into sweet martinis. Number 3, Bionic Bar, Royal Caribbean, multiple ships. Looking at another Royal Caribbean bar, the Bionic Bar is one of the coolest experiences you get at a bar at sea. Instead of your traditional bartenders, 2 robotic arms will serve as your bartenders, mixing up a cocktail that'll leave you wanting for more. The experience starts off with you placing your order at a tablet. Then, right before your eyes, one of the robotic arms will begin to make your cocktail with finesse that'll make you feel like you're actually being served by a human bartender. The robotic arm will shake, mix, stir, and anything else to make sure it delivers you the perfect cocktail based on what floats your boat. Over to the side, you can even see random facts about drinks ordered at the Bionic Bar and witty comments from the robotic bartender to keep you entertained while you wait for your cocktail. You can check this bar out on multiple different Royal Caribbean ships, including but definitely not limited to the Anthem of the Seas and the Wonder of the Seas. Number 2, Sky Vodka Ice Bar, Norwegian. For me, one of the coolest bars at sea, see what I did there, is without a doubt the Sky Vodka Ice Bar aboard multiple Norwegian ships, including the Norwegian Prima and the Norwegian Breakaway, just to name a few. This bar is incredible, and I highly recommend experiencing this adventure if you're sailing on one of the cruises that feature it. As the name suggests, the Sky Vodka Ice Bar is a bar that is kept at 17 degrees and features ice sculptures around every corner of this lounge. While it does require a $20 cover charge, it is 100% worth it for the experience alone. The cocktails, of course, are made with, well, you guessed it, Sky Vodka as the base. With a few vodka-based cocktails to choose from, a gorgeous atmosphere that is one of the more unique experiences at sea, and the fact that all of the drinks are included with Norwegian's drinking package, the Sky Vodka Ice Bar claims the title for second best bar at sea. But what's the first, I wonder? Well, you might be surprised considering the cruise line that it's on. Number 1, Haunted Mansion Parlor, Disney Treasure. Again, when it comes to theming, nobody does it better than Disney. And that goes double for the newest bar aboard the Disney fleet, the Haunted Mansion Parlor. Available now on the Treasure and later on the Disney Destiny, the Haunted Mansion Parlor is themed after one of the most iconic rides at Disney World, the Haunted Mansion. From ghostly hauntings around every inch of this lounge to the aesthetics that really do make you feel like you're entering the ride. The Haunted Mansion Parlor is without a doubt the best themed bar at sea. Not just Disney. Consider the fact that 1, I'm a big fan of the Haunted Mansion ride, and 2, my wife and I are big Halloween fans. This lounge is perfect for a couple like us. And while the bar does allow minors to enter during the day, late nights are reserved for adults only after 9 p.m. The theme goes one step farther with a show that resembles the pre-show of the ride itself, and the lights in the room itself change throughout your time in this lounge. It's truly a unique experience, and for the experience itself, it's hard to not give it the #1 spot. But there are also some pretty cool drinks here themed around the Haunted Mansion, albeit I'll admit they are not the most delicious. Still, this bar is this hype mainly because of the experience you get out of it, from solving an easy riddle to unlock a secret menu item to seeing a secret message on top of your drink under a different light. It's really unbelievable how far out Disney goes with this bar, and if bar surpasses anything Disney has done in the past, even the Hyperspace Lounge on the Disney Wish. But that's it for this episode of the Cruise Nerd. Hit up the comments and let me know what your favorite bar at sea is. Did it make my list? Let me know down below. Anyway, thanks for watching, Cruise Fanatics, and if you're interested in booking a future cruise on one of the ships that features any of these incredible bars, then consider supporting the channel without any cost to you at all by using the Cruise Nerd for your next cruise vacation. Just email me at Ruben.Colon@enchanted.com and I'll get right on getting you a free quote without any sort of commitment required. Thanks again, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Cruise Nerd. Take care.